What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Burndown YouTube channel. As you can see, today we are in the Twinnebago. We got to go over a few things before we take her on the maiden test voyage, if you want to say. This thing's already been on a trip to Kern River, and then I've driven it all around, but we are going to take it up to the mountains tomorrow, up to Wrightwood, California. If you're familiar, that's where they ski and snowboard. There's Big Bear and then there's Wrightwood. My in-laws have a place up there, so it's like a good checkpoint, so I can drive from my house to their house, essentially up in the mountains. If we have any issues, at least have a stopping point, somewhere to kind of work on it, and so on, so on, so on and so forth. But there is a back road that goes up to Wrightwood, and it's called Lone Pine Canyon. So the people that are local there, I used to live up there to ski and all that stuff, so I know about it. It is really windy, and then it just goes from like zero to straight climb all the way to the basically like the top kind of Wrightwood, or where you enter the town, so to speak. And the frontage roads, the ones that go around, are a lot more normal and windy, and the grade, I mean, you're still climbing, but it's nothing like the back road. The back road is probably a place you don't really want to drive a motorhome. Doesn't really make sense unless you're me. Then you're like, this thing has to do it. It has to be able to do and go pretty much everywhere. So I want to go over a few things today. We will top off, check all the fluids and stuff, but namely the brake adjusters on this thing, because I had so many issues with the dragging brakes and whatever. I had them adjusted way out because obviously when I would fire it up, they would, they would extend and then it would drag brakes, and it was terrible. So I had them basically adjusted like all the way in because I had a separate issue. So that was a band-aid and I wasn't really fixing anything. Well, I think it was so loose, I think the adjuster actually fell off on this side, and I don't have the spring. There's supposed to be like this little spring deal that holds the adjuster in place. So we're gonna pull this over there, jack it up, take the wheel off on the driver's side, and kind of look at it. And I think I might take the adjuster out and take it to like McFadden and see if I can find maybe like a jam nut, because I think yours truly may have thrown away the parts that are supposed to be in there, or I left them dangling in there. I can't remember which of the two dumb ideas I did. I want to say I put them somewhere and just forgot where they're at. But anyway, let's pull this beast over there, jack it up, and then wrestle it's a big old drum, dude. This is a 1.5 ton chassis. So let's get the big boy tools out. I'm already getting worn out thinking about it. So let's pull it over there before I just go in the house and decide not to do it. I wouldn't do that, but that's what I'd kind of like to do. All right, we got it jacked up a little bit. Took the old spikes off, and I noticed something. Yeah, it's not supposed to. See how easy it spins? Yeah, when I was driving it the other day, I was like, I don't think that's good. It started pulling real hard to the right, and I'm like, I think that brake adjuster on this side kind of fell off. So let's pull all this off, and we'll see how we go. And then the other thing I learned too is I have a bar, to take this off if I had to for some reason, I like change a spare. And this is a cheater bar, and the cheater bar doesn't fit over the breaker bar, so it's basically worthless. So that's all I would have, and I don't have the stones, I don't think, to turn one of these, break it loose. I was gonna try it for you guys, but I already know I probably can't do it. So we're gonna cheat and use the gun today. I'm not gonna wear myself out trying to do dumb stuff I don't have to. So let's get the wheel off, take a look at it, see how we can correct this self-inflicted issue. So this is what we're trying to avoid, is this thing falling out like that. So it's not supposed to do that. So let me see. This thing's supposed to twist. One of these sides is supposed to turn. So let me see if I can extend this out and what we have, if I could do some sort of jam nut or something. I don't really know offhand, but I'm running out of time. McFadden is going to close at noon. And then this used to have another piece that goes here, and it keeps that thing from rotating. So let me use my squirrel brain, figure something out, and I'll show you guys what I decide. But yeah, this piece needs to stay in there. It goes in there like that. So all right. Okay, I think we have our solution. This is going to be my best guess at fixing this simply and effectively, hopefully safely. So this is a universal spring. So I'm just going to take this bad boy, bada boom, bada bing, from this hole to that hole. You just bend this around, and Bob's your uncle, I guess. So I'll make it short enough to where it puts a little tension on it. But the bar portion here will ride in the teeth like that. That's the goal. As long as this goes across there and sits in there and has some tension, this can't spin, and we win the internet today. So let me rig this one up, and if it works, we'll do the other side. And then that is it. We can get this boy out. We can go drive around today. That's what I'm talking about. A little stretching our legs. Simple solution. It can move, but it's there. It's not gonna go nowhere. So now we can adjust the brakes out. The only problem is like, whatever. So we'll put an adjustment on it. We'll have to slide this on, so it'll make adjusting it more of a pain. I won't be able to do it from, you know, without taking the wheel off, essentially, which kind of sucks. But again, we don't put a ton of miles on this, and I need to go through and do safety checks and everything anyway before we get on the road with this guy. So it doesn't allow it to spin, so it takes away my adjustment, which sucks, but it doesn't allow it to spin. So that's a good thing. So I'm calling this a win. We'll get this one adjusted up, and we'll put the spring on it and call it a day. Okay, so one side down, I got it pretty well adjusted. Put the wheel back on. I'm gonna work on the passenger side. It's the same thing, and the reason the adjuster actually came off was because I had them adjusted all the way back because the brakes were dragging, and I'm like, oh, I don't want this thing to drag, so I backed it off and then never did anything about it, and that's what happened. So now they're adjusted properly, and hopefully with the new Hydro Boost return, we are rock and roll money. This thing is gonna be safe. It's not gonna overheat. We're gonna have a good time. So we'll get this other side done. Maybe we'll bring you guys back for a test drive. We'll see how we roll. Well, here we go. We got both wheels on. We got the brake adjusters. I got the springs in place. Now I'm feeling much better about it. It's much safer. The brakes aren't gonna come out of adjustment. And now we can take it for the first trip. We'll just cruise around the block really fast. And then that is gonna tell me all I need to know. And I think this thing is pretty well ready. So let's take it for a rip around the block. And then we gotta clean stuff up, get it ready, make sure we're ready for the trip tomorrow. We're gonna go up Lone Pine Canyon with it, which is a pretty good grade. And I'll see if I can get some sort of like telemetry or something so you guys can see what we're actually doing and putting this thing through. But I'm pretty excited. So let me put the seat back down here and we'll go take it for a little spin. Here we go, first brake press, ready? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So it's tighter now because I think that one falling off loosened them up a bit. But we'll see if it puts me wham into the windshield or not. So let's test it out. Ready? Oh. Fail. It's hard to go anywhere when you got a parking block under your tire, so you don't drop your motorhome on yourself. Road trip, take 2. Yeah. So what I'm looking for is I can just start to give it brakes and it doesn't put me into the dash. So it's nice because it makes it easier to drive. Your passengers don't want to vomit. You know, life's better that way. Look at that. It's like you guys are rolling. This is how we back up. Back up the Bago. You need to put mirrors in this thing, man. Alright. Yeah, dude, it feels so much better. Alright, didn't hit nothing. Alright, let's test this thing. So this is how you test your brake adjustment. That's what I'm talking about. I am so excited about this thing finally coming around. It's been beating me up so bad. So the reason I let go of the wheel and hit the brakes was to see if it would pull either side. Right down the middle. Like if I was bowling for a strike, baby. Look at this. Don't have to fight it. All day. We could do this all day. Yeah, it feels way better. We're gonna have to drive and get it up to temp to see if it'll start doing any of the weird dragging BS or whatever, but I'm calling this 110% victory. We did it, boys. So let me get back home and quit being a weirdo and that is it. So we'll get it all ready to rock and roll. We're going on a trip tomorrow. We're going to take the family up to Wrightwood. We'll show you guys around, maybe show you the town a little bit. We'll see how we go. But hopefully this thing climbs the hill. We're going to put the water squirters on, you know, make sure we've got water. And it's a good grade. It's like 7 miles long, and it's a lot of hill. So we're putting her through her paces tomorrow. Hope you guys come along. Hope you enjoy the channel. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. Till next time, I'm out.